Hello, my name is Logan Anderson. I am a member of Group 2, and this is our Chapter 2 exercise. So, for the first part of this exercise, we were instructed to choose three techniques from the Table 2.1 located in the textbook that we are unfamiliar with. First, we were to select one technique for each of the three categories of the business analytics, one for descriptive, one for predictive, and one for prescriptive. Then we were instructed to describe how the technique has been applied previously in a business setting, followed by considering the company that we have decided to study and describing how the technique could be used and the potential benefits that we could gain using it for our company. So for our descriptive analysis, we have selected the Principal Components Analysis, or PCA, which is a technique that helps with data visualization by taking a large amount of data and grouping them into smaller groupings that have shared very similar characteristics. Previously, it's been applied to large data sets such as census information, and when you break up all the data into the smaller batches, you can see what they have in common, and that can help with segmentation of customers. We believe that Tesla should use this technique to globally analyze consumer buying behavior and income levels. Most Teslas are very expensive, as even their entry level is higher than most entry level offerings. So this would allow us to have a better idea of different regions' willingness to pay that amount of money, and it could boost sales and increase the accessibility to EVs for those who do not have as much. For our predictive analysis, we have selected logistic regression, which is a complex regression in which we have multiple independent variables instead of just one that could affect the future outcomes. This has been applied within a lot of large companies regarding churn rates for customers and what factors could potentially lead to losing those customers. We believe that Tesla can take advantage of this logistic regression model to determine why certain consumers still drive gas vehicles as opposed to transitioning over, and if there were any steps that they could take in marketing, operations, or financing to create a shift to pull some of those still hanging on to internal combustion engines over to the EV market. For our prescriptive analysis, we have selected to use simulation, in which we use the computer to show us different sets of outcomes based on the inputs that we give it. This is commonly applied within business testing for marketing strategies or operations, so that they can then gauge what the demand for said product would be or certain outcomes. We believe that Tesla should build and run a simulation to gauge CO2 emissions with the new battery disposal methods that they're looking into with remanufacturing, and then potentially other methods that they could be looking at to see what the lowest number of CO2 we could get. We believe it could also lead to discovering more cost-effective and eco-friendly operations for assembling the EVs, remanufacturing the batteries, and future recycling projects. For the second part of this exercise, we were told to try to gain the profiles of our data scientist teammates. We wanted to combine them and see what our strengths and weaknesses were, and then look at, if we were to bring in other individuals to our team, what we might want their skill sets to look like. As the quiz that was given to potentially gather what our strengths and weaknesses were was unavailable, we went with a method of just listing the attributes here and having each member of the team pick the two that they identify most strongly with. As could be seen, we have a very strong concentration within the communicator and visualizer skill set, while we are much weaker on the programming side and dealing with raw data, as most of us do not have a lot of experience in that. Therefore, if we were to bring in other individuals, we would like to bring in individuals that are well versed in dealing with the raw data and making it a little more usable for visualization and communication purposes. Thank you.